I think that this election season is really putting our democracy to the test. I think that it's really going to show the strength of our democracy between the shift of power between different political parties and how people respond, since it is such a polarized election and with such dramatic candidates that is even more than we've seen in history. So I think that it'll really test the strength of our democracy.
I think it's really important for a presidential candidate to have like a comprehensive plan to stimulate the economy and create jobs. It's really important to me because I'm going to college soon, and I'm really looking forward to being able to have a job as soon as I'm out of college.
I think our next leader needs to be accountable for their actions and also responsible enough to run the country.
I think one important quality in any leader, and especially the president, is the ability to synthesize a lot of information very quickly and develop like a really good understanding of a lot of different issues.
The president is the toughest job on earth, and the president needs to be able to make the toughest decisions in a calm and competent manner to make sure that the best decision is made for the American people.
I think it's important for the next leader of America to be one that embraces diversity both in race and gender, and one who reveres America as a melting pot that it is.
We have the right to free speech, which is protected. We have the right to bear arms, and we have the right for privacy from the government. So I think these are things that we need to protect.
So an issue that's pretty personal to me in this election is the whole deal with the war in Syria. And it's because I have a lot of family there who's had to flee, and I think for a future president to deny them right to come to our country is really sad to me.
The reason why the environment is such a pressing concern now is because a lot of nations in the world are just finally undergoing the effects of industrialization and all of the potential climate change effects that it can have. So the reason why the United States and other world powers that are already almost fully industrialized need to undergo these climate changes to potentially reverse or negate the effects of these countries that are just now beginning this industrialization.
The major parties of America have kind of started to fail their constituents and the voters. How the two candidates from both major parties have such high disapproval ratings, and they're just such unlikable people from both sides of the aisle, that I think that this election shows that either the parties need to completely change, they need to change dramatically to better support their voters and their constituents, or a third party needs to rise, or an independent party needs to rise to kind of create a middle ground and create another option. And so I think that this election is really going to completely change the political system of America, and it's going to change what politics look like from here on out.
When I look back on this election in the future and thinking about future generations of kids who are just being born and are younger right now, I just want them to be able to look back on an election where they can say this is a historic election, and I want them to be able to look back on something that's good and positive rather than them looking back and saying that was embarrassing,